Hello everybody, it's Scott O'Mato, and in this video I'm going to document a interesting way of working with this mod called Painted Biomes, which is a really cool mod that allows you to, what it says, paint biomes on an image and then load those into your world. Okay, so you can create biomes from the color layouts, and a lot of the color layouts as by default are here that come from Amidst, from the program Amidst, of which I'll have another video on. Okay, so let's just look at this world here that I've created. That it's a seed-based world. So if I go in, I could see, I don't know why it's in hardcore, that's a mistake. But if I recreate the world, here, there's the seed for it. Okay, so if I go into the world, okay, load it, and then this is it loaded in Amidst here, and you can use Amidst for Forge. So you have these options here of launch Amidst and launch Amidst Overworld. So that'll launch it. Get a blank window, that's normal. And you said okay, and then that'll show the world, right? Okay, so here is the layout for the world. Now, you probably have a different working style. One thing to mention is that I have turned off all of the icons like the spawn location, strongholds, villages, temples, mine shafts, all of that, because I don't want them to pollute the image here. I can't figure out how to turn these off, these overlays. That's not something I'm able to do, apparently. But I have this piece of software on my Mac, and maybe you have something similar that I can resize windows. So I've made this preset to resize the window to 512 by 512, or it's 512 plus 45, which is the top of the window border and the menu, right? So now this guy, because of its zoom here, represents each image in the painted biome should represent one pixel represents one block, right, in the image template. So that's why I did 512 by 512, that this would equal 1024 basically, because I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to scale it up. All right. So I went ahead and make it a little bigger so that I could cut out these areas so that I didn't have to see them. But another thing you're going to want to do on that, just to make it easier for you to know what's going on, is to go ahead and go to coordinate 0, 0 on your map. Okay, and so this is the layout with coordinate 0, 0. So that works well, and then I would save a let me show you. You could save out a screenshot. Obviously, I just resized the window and all that kind of stuff. That's okay. You get the point. Here, there's a take screenshot image, okay, that you could do. So I basically just did that. Now, I loaded it in another piece of software here. It's on Mac, but you have similar things on Windows, called Preview, and then I scaled it up. Okay, so in here I could scale it, and I scaled it up 400%. Okay, and then that gave me 1024 on each side, because in Amidst, that's actually what you're representing. If you went to the corners of Amidst in that window, you would see that it's basically 1024 by 1024. All right, so then you save out that image. And what you have to do is in the area for this, the config file, okay, you have to make a folder. So if you have this painted biomes profile here in your config folder, there's going to be a painted biomes. So you create a new folder called templates, and then the dimension that you want it, dimension 0. And then you save out your image, right? So the one that I edited, I saved here, and it's the biomes one. Okay, so if I go, then I'll just show you the world that got created from that. Save and quit the title. Should have been this one, I think. Image test, I believe. I'm not sure if it gets recreated in each world save. We'll test to see if that's the image or not. So new from seed and then blank. Okay, so yeah, that's let's just do it with the image and redo it because it gets confusing obviously with however many you do. So all I really need to do is I put a back extension on there just so it wasn't reading it anymore. So now I'll put PNG back on there. Save, quit the title, single player. I'll keep that original. That's the one that's done from the seed. I'm just going to delete this one and pretty much just delete all these. Would be fine. So now when I create a new world, it's going to use this image map because the image map needs to be named biomes.png, and then in the config you'd set it to dimension 0. So it's going to use this image map now as the world gen. Okay. And I haven't done it to where it tiles it or fills around the edges or anything like that. And that's more advanced stuff. That's pretty easy to set up, but you have to kind of allow for it. And I'm just trying to show you a basic way of doing this, although it is kind of complex, but relatively basic for what you're going to do. Okay, so if we load this in Amidst, we should see it as being the image layout. So it's just new from seed and blank. Okay, so you see the image map now. See, can you see these hard edges along the image map? That is the image map, but that is the original biome layout. That's it exactly. So here it is, just as it is, except for these edges and stuff. So if you were to actually use it in the seed, I believe I have the seed on my clipboard. Let's see, save and quit the title. Let's get rid of this so I don't get confused. Let's say create new world and world options, and then put in the seed of that world, the original world that it came from, and then recreate it. It should be fairly seamless. The colors change and stuff a little bit, and I think part of it's because of you scale up. So the point is that this program by default uses the color image map from Amidst. So you can use Amidst to create these maps. Okay, so we go in here and we'll load it. New from seed. Yeah. So see, now you could see it's fairly seamless. It looks a little bit more fuzzy, and I think that's just part of its scaled up the image, remember, 400 times. So it makes it a little bit fuzzy, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're talking about biomes here, right? So I get all the biomes just as they were laid out in that original world. Okay? Now, this is a painted image. So I can go through and just recolor these to be a new biome. By the way, here's the biome list off the side. That's that picture that they were showing you, is what colors are mapped to what, right? Very cool. So we can change that or whatever. But the interesting thing that you can do, and these are just harsh examples, okay? I'm not worried about fading stuff together or anything. But I went into my image editor, which is GIMP, loaded that image, and then changed this mid section to orange, which represents a mesa. Okay, so I just basically sampled the color of the mesa and put it in there or in the middle. Just did a select where you can do a fuzzy selection, selected it with the fuzzy tool, and then did fill with foreground color and changed the color of it to be the mesa. Okay, so now if I go out here and I change the name of this just to so it doesn't see it, and rename this one correctly to be biomes.png. There. Now it's the active image. Okay, and I get rid of this world, create a new world. Let's just call it Mesa image. Everything else is good. Could put in the seed. I guess I will. Create it. The seed's good because everything else would be just as it was except for that mesa in the middle. So yeah, you would want to use the seed that you had before. So let's load that. Okay, and I'll spawn here in this thing which was kind of added, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if we can create it right. Okay, so if I go to 0, 0, see, there's the mesa that I just added. And so pretty interesting because I've got jungles along the edge of it. Just little bits of jungle. Let's look at it in Amidst. Okay, see, same image. And it is seamless, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's seamless enough, but what it was. But see, along here, there's jungle hills, jungle, stream hills over there. You know, it's basically surrounded by jungle and some taigas. But there you go. I changed the biome in the middle of the world, obviously being extreme, to a mesa. So you have full control over what biomes you place where. But the important thing is that you already have these intricate layouts of maps, which would be hard to draw. Like if you went and tried to just paint this yourself, you could, and I've done it before. Maybe I'll do some other videos on some things to do. Probably will. But making these images is hard, and especially these little rivers that go along everything. See, between all the biomes and stuff, there's little rivers. Now, these above ground lakes and stuff are put in as part of the biome decoration. But you could see along here, along these biomes are rivers. And those are hard to draw in. You know, that's pretty hard. So it's great to be able to take an existing image template and work from that and just recolor it. Just get something that has larger areas like this of full color and then work from them. And then just keep in mind the scale that you're working with. So again, looking at this, you know, I'm at the edge of 19. This is 2000 basically on each side. So what I'm looking at right now is 2000 by 2000 in the layout. So anyway, I hope that was helpful and understandable. It's hard to explain a little bit, especially if you don't have any experience in photo editing. But, you know, it is a pretty easy way to handle it with these painted biomes. And this painted biomes plugin is really, really awesome with the stuff that you could do. And now with the inclusion of Forge or Amidst for Forge, it gets even better and better. So you can work with it more. So anyway, look for more upcoming videos on this kind of topic, and I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Scott O'Mato, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.